So I was doing some digging and I was doing some research, and I've come to actually understand that a lot of y'all's problem in trading actually stems a lot from overtrading. And when I first started trading, I really had this issue. I did not know how to take a loss, especially. Have you noticed that your overtrading doesn't happen when you're winning? Your overtrading is happening when you're losing because you're trying to recover back those losses. So now when you're dissecting your strategy and you're dissecting your system, because if you didn't know, the main thing I preach is having a system, a systematical approach to the market with your strategy and a systematical approach to the market with your psychology. You need systems in place because you can't control this person. You can't control your mind. I'm telling you, your mind is the hardest thing to control. So you just have to put systems in place to stop yourself from breaking whatever rule that you're trying to break. So, what type of systems can you put in place to be able to stop overtrading? Well, let's get right into it. Okay, so systems for overtrading. So when you're developing a system, you actually have to go down and break it from the roots, right? What in reality is making me overtrade? Do I overtrade when I lose? Or do I overtrade when I win? All this stuff is important so you can be able to determine the best course of action to implement to stop yourself from doing that overtrading. An example I like to give is something like this, right? If you simply tell yourself, no, I'm not gonna overtrade, I'm gonna follow my rules, right? That's like somebody who's on a diet telling themselves that you're going to eat healthy and eat properly, but they still buy candy, chips, chocolate, bullshit food and keeps it stocked up in the fridge and in your crib and telling themselves that you're not gonna eat it. You might stay disciplined for 1 day, 2 days, a week. Holy shit, if you have really good discipline, you might stay disciplined for a month, but you will eat those snacks. And that might not be detrimental to a workout routine, but in trading, that 1 day you do over leverage, over trade, can be the deciding factor of whether you're profitable that month or not. So we can't afford to have it at all. So we really need to implement these systems. That's actually the #1 thing that I teach to all my students. If you want help developing your own system, implementing your own system, you want me to dissect your strategy, dissect your system, dissect the way you approach the markets and input systems for you to be able to keep you on track, keep you disciplined and keep you profitable, go ahead and fill out the application down below in the description and I'll see if you're qualified to work with me one-on-one. Let's go back into the video. So let's say we've determined that you overtrade when you lose, correct? What happens when you lose that forces you to overtrade? You lost $100, right? #1, why is losing getting to you so much? Could you not afford to lose this $100? Why are you overtrading because you lost this $100? There has to be a deep-rooted problem in why overtrading starts to get to you the moment you start losing, right? So step 1, you lost $100 and you got mad. This is how you dissect your strategy, okay? Why did you get mad? You wanted to win, okay? You wanted to win, but you understand that you're in a game of probabilities, correct? Cool. Since you understand that you're in a game of probabilities and you're still getting upset at losing, there's another deeper root into it. So we can break this down. Was I over-leveraged or did I break my rules? You will start to understand that saying I'm not gonna over leverage anymore, there are deep-rooted problems within that statement. You don't know why you over leverage. Did you over leverage because you broke your rules and then you lost? Did you overtrade because you broke your rules and then you lost and then you knew you weren't supposed to take that trade in the first place, so you decide to now try and take another trade that will be your real setup? I've done that many times. Or did you overtrade because you over leveraged on the first trade thinking that that trade was A+ and it was gonna hit, it ended up losing and now you're trying to make some money back? There's a problem as to why you're overtrading, and we're trying to fix that and implement systems to be able to avoid the overtrading. So one system that I like to teach my students, and I have countless systems that I've included into my strategy, but one system that I preach a lot that seems to help a lot of people: one trade a day. One trade a day doesn't only stop over trading. One trade a day stops over leveraging. One trade a day stops revenge trading. One trade a day stops FOMO. Hey Dave, how does one trade a day stop FOMO? You only have one trade on the day. I do not and will not waste the one trade that I have for the day chasing a setup. So now, why is it so hard to actually stick to this one trade a day? You'll notice that the human psyche, our psychological mind and our mental mind, we make too many decisions in a given day that you actually become decision fatigued. You have to make too many decisions, especially when you're trading. You have to force yourself to follow rules. You have to force yourself to do this, force yourself to do that, force yourself to do that. When you wake up on the day, focus on one thing and one thing only. The only decision I have to make today is to take one trade today. That's it. The only thing that I have to do today in this very moment is to take one trade today. And you start to notice that once you stick to that one trade a day, it's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be extremely difficult. Not a lot of people can do this. I'm trying to make it a habit to do it, and I'll be completely honest, I still break it sometimes. It's extremely difficult to do, but you'll notice that if you take it week by week, don't focus on, whoa, one trade a day for the rest of my life. No. On Monday, I'm here to take one trade. On Tuesday, I'm here to take one trade. On Wednesday, one trade. Are you starting to get the gist? On Thursday, one trade. What do you think we're gonna do on Friday? Let's find out. One trade. This by default, without even doing anything, automatically stops over leveraging, over trading, revenge trading. It already stops the back end of your strategy. You still have to be conscious enough to make sure you're taking the right setups, taking A+ setups, doing all that fun stuff. But this right here already automatically stops the over trading and revenge trading. So now that we've implemented a system in place to stop over trading, now we need to implement a system in place to make sure we stick to one trade a day. Are you seeing how your strategy is just built on systems upon systems upon systems upon systems? So now, bro, taking one trade a day is so hard. I can't seem to actually do that. How are you able to take one trade a day? There's a concept that I didn't invent it. I think Alex G invented it or something like that. Set and forget. So now with set and forget, right? Let's say you enter into your trade, you set your stop loss and set your TP and change. A lot of y'all are not gonna like what I'm teaching you right now, but change has to be uncomfortable. If you actually liked what I was saying and you thought it would be so easy to do, then it wouldn't make you profitable. You can't keep doing the same thing that you've been doing right now. You need to implement some type of change. So now we've implemented the first change, one trade a day. The second change is you're gonna take another setup, especially if that one trade that day fails. Remember, it's hard to control this, so we're trying to implement systems to force us to stick to it. What I used to do was I would change my daily routine around my trading. So, for example, during the summer, I would place my trade, set my stop loss, set my take profit, and then I'll go to the gym. But Dave, if you do that, how are you gonna be able to manage the trade? That's the whole point. You can't manage the trade. One of two things will happen. You're going to lose, you're going to win. When I first started, I was doing it with one-to-ones. Yes, a one-to-one risk to reward ratio, that's what I was using. And then I slowly scaled to a 1 to 1.5. Then I slowly scaled to liquidity targets. Then I slowly, and now I have a high win rate with a high RR. Those are all gradual steps. First step, place your trade. I don't know how you trade, but if you use trailing stops, doing all that, you have to accommodate, you have to adjust, because right now we're not worried about your strategy, we're worried about your psychology. You keep over trading. So we need to teach the brain that over trading actually doesn't help us at all. How do we do that? We force ourselves. You place the trade, go to the gym, let the trade lose at the gym, because you're at the gym, you can't control the trade. So the trade is losing actively. You're at the gym and that trade is losing, right? You can't get into another trade. You can't revenge trade. You can't do anything. Come back the next day, do the same thing. Oh, you won? You're now up on the week still? Oh, but if you had taken that second trade when you were at the gym, you would have been down on the week? Oh, do it again on Wednesday. Do it again on Thursday. Do it again on Friday. Oh, so you ended up only losing on Monday and you won Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Thank God I only took one trade on Monday, because now my loss was small. Place the trade, go to the gym. So for all my lazy people out there who doesn't like to go to the gym, I was in school when I was learning how to trade college. So sometimes I would place my trade and then I would go to class. Place my trade and I'll go to class. These are little systems you can implement to follow another system that you implemented. So step one, you discover the deep-rooted problem. Why are you overtrading? Is it because you're losing? Is it because you're winning? There's a why. There's a reason you're doing it. Is it also to make money? Why are you doing it? Step two, what can I implement right now to stop me from doing it? Okay, taking one trade a day stops that. Okay, what can I implement to force myself to take one trade a day? Okay, I can place my trade and delete the app. I can place my trade and go to the gym. I can place my trade and go to class. I can place my trade and go talk to my grandma. I can place my trade and go talk to my siblings. I can go talk to my mom. I can go talk to my dad. I can go do anything except watch the charts, because my job is to place one trade a day. I've already placed the trade. These are the systems that I like to implement to actually help my students, help traders, and help myself to be able to stay disciplined in these charts, because I have come to a philosophy that we can't control this, our flesh. We can't control it. You can't force yourself to do it. It takes time, it takes repetition. So, if you want help dissecting your strategy, if you want help dissecting your systems, I can come into your trading and implement systems into your strategy, implement systems into your psychology, your mentality, implement different systems. You don't have to trade the same way I trade. You don't have to trade the same systems I trade. I build and cultivate the system directly to your personality and your trading style to help you become a better profitable trader. Go ahead and fill that application down below to see if you get a chance to work with me one-on-one. I'll be looking over at those shortly. But anyways, that's the end of the YouTube video. I really hope that I was able to help y'all and give y'all some type of insights as to why it's very important to build systems around your trading and around your journey. And with that being said, I'll be seeing y'all boys in the next one. Peace.